Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that even the smallest, seemingly insignificant symptoms can be your body's way of sounding the alarm? Make no mistake, persistent itching, especially in areas like your breasts, could be telling you something far more serious than you realize. The truth is, your body has a remarkable way of communicating with you, but it's up to you to listen and respond. In today's video, we're diving deep into the importance of recognizing these subtle signs before they evolve into something far more dangerous. Stick with me and let's explore why taking action early can make all the difference in your health and well-being. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. If you found this video valuable and feel like the information could make a difference, please take a moment to like and share it. By doing so, you'll help me continue spreading these life-changing lessons to as many people as possible. If this topic resonates with you, please drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're on board. If it doesn't, feel free to comment a 0 and share your thoughts on how I can improve so I can bring even better content to you. Together, we can make these conversations reach and impact more lives. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about something that many of us have felt at some point, yet few truly understand its significance: itchy hands and feet. This annoying, persistent sensation may seem like just a minor inconvenience, something we can easily brush off as dry skin, maybe even just an allergy flare-up that will pass. But what if this common feeling is a warning sign from your body, alerting you to something much deeper, something that requires your attention more urgently than you realize? Itchy hands and feet can feel like an annoying nuisance. Scratch here, rub there, and hope for relief. But what if I told you that this harmless seeming itch might be signaling a serious underlying health issue? What if that persistent irritation, which keeps coming back no matter how many lotions or creams you try, is trying to tell you something your mind hasn't caught up to yet? That itch could be far more than what meets the eye. It could be a sign of a dangerous condition lurking beneath the surface, an issue that, without attention, might lead to devastating consequences. For example, did you know that diabetes is one of the most common yet often overlooked culprits behind this type of relentless itching? It may sound surprising, but diabetes, a condition that silently affects millions of people worldwide, can leave your body crying out for help through something as simple as itchy hands and feet. This is particularly true when your blood sugar levels are out of control. When that happens, the body starts to dehydrate, and dry, flaky skin becomes the first sign of distress. But the story doesn't end there. Diabetes also leads to poor circulation. Imagine that. Your hands and feet, the very areas you need to feel strong and healthy, are deprived of the proper blood flow they need to function. The result? A double whammy of dry skin and restricted circulation, leading to that frustrating itch that just won't go away. And it's not just about scratching. It's deeper than that. This itch isn't merely a surface-level problem. It can be the first indication of nerve damage from a condition called diabetic neuropathy. Imagine what it would feel like to have your nerves malfunctioning, sending false signals to your brain. The simple sensation of an itch becomes a constant, painful reminder that your body is struggling to communicate with itself. You scratch and scratch, only to worsen the situation, causing more damage to your skin. What started as a seemingly innocent itch could lead to skin breaks, opening the door to infections, potentially life-threatening consequences like ulcers or even amputations. And all this from something as seemingly insignificant as a persistent itch. But diabetes isn't the only possible villain hiding behind itchy hands and feet. Another silent threat that many people don't even know to look out for is biliary cirrhosis. This disease, which damages the liver, can cause symptoms that are easily mistaken for less serious issues, like the same persistent itch you might experience with diabetes. The itch, particularly on the palms and soles of the feet, intensifies as the night falls, almost as if your body is desperately trying to tell you something. Biliary cirrhosis is a slow, insidious disease where the bile ducts in the liver become damaged. This buildup of bile can cause irreversible harm to the liver if left unchecked, and once again, the first sign is that nagging itch. The emotional weight of it is hard to ignore. Imagine believing you just have dry skin, only to learn later that your liver is slowly deteriorating. Alongside the itching, symptoms like extreme fatigue, dark urine, and a dry mouth start to creep in. These symptoms might feel disconnected at first, but together they form a disturbing pattern, one that demands your attention. Ignoring these signs doesn't just mean suffering through itchy skin, it could mean letting a life-threatening condition go unchecked. If you don't address the underlying issue, conditions like biliary cirrhosis can progress to liver failure, and by then it may be too late. It's chilling to think that something as simple as an itchy feeling could be your body trying to alert you to a life or death situation. Your body is speaking to you, sending you signals in the form of this tiny, irritating sensation. But are you listening? It's so easy to dismiss these signs, isn't it? Itchy hands and feet are common after all, and most of us are quick to shrug them off. But this is the exact moment when we need to stop and pay attention. If you find yourself or someone you love experiencing this type of prolonged, unexplained itching, don't ignore it. It could very well be your body's way of sending an SOS about a much more serious health concern. The sooner you listen to your body, the better your chances of preventing irreparable damage. After all, catching these issues early could mean the difference between a lifetime of health and irreversible complications. If you're still watching and finding these lessons helpful, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment one below to let me know you're still with me, still learning and absorbing this vital information. Your engagement means the world to me, and it helps keep this journey going. So let's get into the next crucial piece of this conversation. What should you do if your hands and feet are constantly itching with no clear reason why? This seemingly small, persistent annoyance could be more than just a skin issue. It could be your body's way of urgently signaling that something is wrong. The very first thing you need to do is don't ignore it. I can't stress this enough. Your body is always trying to communicate with you, but it's up to you to listen. Take a moment to reflect on how long the itching has been going on and ask yourself, is it accompanied by any other unusual symptoms, such as extreme fatigue, changes in your skin, or even digestive issues that you can't quite explain? These subtle changes are often signs that your body is trying to tell you something important, something that shouldn't be dismissed as just a minor irritation. If the itching persists, especially when there's no obvious cause like allergies or a common skin condition, please don't wait. It's time to see a doctor. It's easy to dismiss this as something trivial, but this is a moment when being proactive can make all the difference. The doctor can perform tests that will get to the bottom of it, whether it's high blood sugar indicating the possibility of diabetes or liver dysfunction hinting at cirrhosis or another liver disease. These are not conditions to take lightly. By catching these early, you could avoid the devastating consequences of letting these health problems go unchecked. Itchy hands and feet? It's more than just a nuisance. It could be your body's way of pleading for your attention, warning you that something serious is brewing underneath. Think of your body as this incredible, intricate system that is constantly at work, always functioning in ways we often take for granted. Every little sign, like an itch, a change in your energy levels, or an odd sensation, could be a clue to understanding what's happening inside. Your body is trying to communicate with you, and the longer you ignore it, the worse it could get. Take the time to tune in to these subtle signals and be proactive about your health. Don't wait until the symptoms worsen and make it harder to fix. Your health is far too valuable to ignore. If you're noticing these signs, don't just sit on them. Investigate further. Your life, your well-being, and your future could depend on it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment one below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let's move to another issue that many of us experience but often shrug off as nothing more than a minor irritation: itchy eyes. Maybe it's just a bit of dust, or perhaps you've been dealing with a mild infection like conjunctivitis, right? We often write it off as an inconvenience, but what if that persistent, unexplained itching in your eyes is signaling something far more serious than just dry eyes? What if your eyes, those delicate, expressive organs, are trying to tell you something crucial, something about your liver? Yes, it might sound odd, but persistent, unexplained itching in your eyes could be a sign that your liver is in distress. Most people have no idea that such a simple symptom could point to something as serious as liver cirrhosis, a condition where your liver can no longer perform its essential functions properly. The liver works tirelessly to detoxify our body, filter harmful substances, and process bile pigments. But when the liver is overloaded, it can no longer do its job effectively. What happens next is frightening. Toxins and bile that should have been processed start to build up in the bloodstream. These toxins then make their way to the sensitive capillaries in your eyes, irritating the nerves there and causing that unbearable itch. Just imagine this. Your liver is like a tireless worker behind the scenes, doing its best to keep you healthy and protected. But when that worker is overworked, and the toxins it's supposed to handle start piling up, the first signs of distress might show up in your eyes. Those itchy eyes aren't just a random occurrence, they are your liver's cry for help. It's saying, I'm struggling, I can't keep up with the load anymore. The itching is the symptom of your liver not being able to handle the detoxification process, and it's one of the first signs that something deeply serious is going on inside your body. It's hard to ignore the ancient wisdom from traditional Chinese medicine, which recognizes the connection between the liver and the eyes. There's an old saying, the liver opens into the eyes. This simply means that the health of your liver is reflected in the state of your eyes. When your liver is under stress, it affects your eyes, leading to dryness, fatigue, excessive discharge, and of course that persistent nagging itch. It's so fascinating and a little eerie to think that the condition of your liver could be mirrored in your eyes. So next time your eyes feel off, don't just blame it on dust or allergies. Take a moment to consider your liver. After all, your eyes may just be trying to warn you about a much bigger issue at play. But the connection between your liver and overall health goes even deeper than we often realize. When the liver is overwhelmed, it doesn't just stop at the eyes. It triggers a chain reaction that affects your entire body. Imagine this, toxins which the liver is supposed to filter out begin to build up inside you, causing systemic distress. The liver is like the body's detox powerhouse, tirelessly working behind the scenes to cleanse our blood and process the substances we consume. But when it's not functioning properly, when it can no longer handle the burden of filtering those harmful toxins, they start circulating through your bloodstream. And eventually they reach the delicate capillaries in the eyes, causing an unbearable itch. This seemingly innocent symptom is just the beginning of a much more significant problem, and your body's way of sending you a desperate cry for help. Many people don't realize that persistent itching in the eyes, especially when there's no clear external cause, can be a warning sign that something is wrong inside. Liver cirrhosis, a condition where the liver's ability to function is severely impaired, often presents itself in ways that we might overlook. The liver's job is to filter toxins and break down bile pigments, but when it's overloaded or weakened, it begins to fail at this crucial task. The toxins that were supposed to be cleared out of your system remain in your body, accumulating to toxic levels, and when these toxins reach the capillaries in the eyes, it's like an alarm bell going off. Your body is screaming, "Pay attention, something isn't right." Now let's shift gears and talk about another type of persistent itchy breasts, which might seem like just another mild inconvenience. But this symptom is not something you should ignore. It can be an early warning sign of something far more serious, like inflammatory breast cancer. At first you might think it's just a skin irritation, but it's crucial to understand that itching in the breasts can be one of the earliest signs of this aggressive form of cancer. And unlike other breast cancers that form lumps you can feel, inflammatory breast cancer doesn't give you those obvious palpable signals. Instead, it often affects the lymph vessels in the skin, causing visible changes like redness, swelling, and thickened skin that may resemble an orange peel. The changes can come on quickly, in a matter of weeks or even months, making early detection critical for the best possible outcome. What makes this so heartbreaking is the fact that many women dismiss the symptoms, brushing off the itching as nothing more than a minor nuisance. Imagine this, you feel that persistent itch in your breasts, but you convince yourself that it's nothing to worry about. You ignore it day after day, month after month. By the time you finally take it seriously, the cancer could have already spread. This is why early detection is so vital. If you notice persistent itching, especially in conjunction with other symptoms like swelling, redness, or a rash, don't wait. Act quickly. because catching it early gives you the best chance of beating it. One of the most alarming aspects of inflammatory breast cancer is that it tends to worsen at night. If you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, scratching your chest, or feeling discomfort that prevents you from sleeping, this is not something to ignore. The itch could be your body trying to tell you something far more serious is going on beneath the surface. Inflammatory breast cancer doesn't just cause itching, it comes with a host of other symptoms that should never be dismissed. The skin might feel warmer than usual, or you might notice a texture change in the skin, resembling the roughness of an orange peel. It's as though your body is trying to communicate that something is wrong, and you can't afford to ignore it. Another sign to watch for is swelling of the lymph nodes, particularly around the underarms or collarbone. If these areas feel swollen or tender, it could indicate that the cancer has already spread beyond the breast tissue, and this requires immediate medical attention. Swollen lymph nodes can signify that the disease is advancing, and it's critical to take swift action to stop it from progressing further. Now, if you notice persistent itching in your breasts, along with any of the other symptoms I've described, please do not delay. Don't assume it will go away on its own. The time to act is now. Schedule an appointment with your healthcare provider for a thorough evaluation. Early detection saves lives, and the sooner you get a diagnosis, the better your chances for effective treatment. Doctors may conduct imaging tests like mammograms or ultrasounds, and they may need to perform a biopsy to get to the heart of the issue. But remember, every second counts. The sooner you seek help, the sooner you can start on the path to recovery. Never underestimate the power of paying attention to your body's signals, and don't wait until it's too late. Your health, your life, it's all worth fighting for. It's completely understandable to feel a sense of fear or anxiety when cancer crosses your mind, but here's a hard truth. Ignoring the symptoms won't make them go away. It could give the disease more time to spread, making it harder to treat later on. By acting swiftly, you're giving yourself the best possible chance of catching cancer early, when treatment options are more effective. It's the difference between taking control of your health now or facing an uphill battle down the road. Trust me, listening to your body is not just important, it could save your life. We've all been there, feeling something odd, brushing it off, telling ourselves it's probably nothing, or convincing ourselves it'll go away. It's easy to dismiss small signs, especially when they seem minor or easily explained. But when it comes to itchy breasts, especially if the cause is unclear and the itch just won't stop, that's something you should never ignore. It could be your body sending out an SOS, urging you to pay attention before things get more serious. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment too below to let me know that you are still here with me. Our bodies are remarkable at signaling when something isn't right, but far too often we don't take the time to listen. The smallest symptom, the one you think you can brush off, might be your body's way of alerting you to a serious underlying condition. Itchy breasts may not scream cancer at first, but when it lingers, when it won't let up, it's your responsibility to dig deeper and find out what's going on. Especially as we grow older, our bodies might whisper hints that something's off, and we must tune in. It's easy to dismiss these things as nothing, but what if they're telling you to pay attention? Itchy breasts, even without other alarming symptoms, deserve your attention. This brings us to something even more crucial: preventative care. Prevention is hands down one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your health. You don't have to wait for something to feel seriously wrong before you seek medical advice. Routine screenings, mammograms, and self-exams are essential in detecting breast cancer early, before it even shows symptoms. These tests give you a chance to catch potential issues when they're still manageable. Don't wait for the symptoms to start showing up. By being proactive, you could avoid a situation where you wish you'd acted sooner. Early detection saves lives, and that could very well be your story. So, if you're still here with me and find these lessons valuable, please comment 3 below to show you're still on this journey with me. You are your own best advocate when it comes to your health, and that's why it's so important to take action now. No symptom, no matter how small, should be ignored. If something doesn't feel right, even if it's just a persistent itch, get it checked out. It might just be your body's way of sending up a red flag. Don't wait for it to get worse. Being proactive in seeking care can mean the difference between life and death. Take charge of your health today so you can continue to live a long and healthy life. As we wrap up this crucial discussion, remember that the tiniest symptoms, like persistent itching, can sometimes be the key to understanding what's happening deep inside your body. Our health is our most valuable asset, and paying attention to these signs can make all the difference. So let me ask you, what have you learned from this video? What action will you take to better protect your health? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Share one thing you've learned and how you plan to bring it into your life. Together, we can empower each other to live healthier, fuller lives. As we wrap up today's video, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. From recognizing the importance of listening to your body's subtle signals to understanding how even the smallest symptoms can be a cry for help, it's all about being proactive in taking care of your health. We've learned how persistent itching in areas like your hands, feet, eyes, and breasts could be signaling serious conditions, ones that require immediate attention to prevent further complications. Now I want to hear from you. What have you learned so far from this video? What will you do differently after hearing these important lessons? Please take a moment to comment below with one thing you've learned and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Your insight could inspire others, and together we can all become more aware and proactive about our health. If you've found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support, and it helps us continue spreading these valuable lessons to others. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves.